check and see if we're live. Hello. Okay, we're live. I had to check the stream because I had an issue the other day with me and my friend Anthony's basketball podcast where we did a whole show, but for whatever reason it didn't stream live on YouTube. And mainly because like my dumbass decided whenever I was setting up the stream, I put a timer on it. So
yeah, why would you do that?
I don't know. I was trying something new, and I thought it would be helpful when it wasn't.
Dang, that's what happens. You try to do new shit and you fuck shit up.
Yeah, like I hit start stream, and then there was an option saying make sure to hit go live or whatever, and I just kind of ignored that. And it was a really good show, and we had a lot of content. And I was thinking like, could OBS have at least saved our stream, like maybe the audio?
No,
which is
not at all.
Fucking whack.
No,
but
unless you hit record, because you have in your OBS you have your start recording and start streaming tab. If you hit start record, now mind you, if you do that, if you hit start recording and start streaming, your fucking PC is gonna chug. I don't recommend you doing that. But if you want to try it, you can. But I don't recommend it.
Okay, we're good. I'm showing that there's people. It's showing that there's people in the chat room, and on YouTube it says we're live. So.
Well, no, I'm just talking about like for next time if you ever. I know we're live now, but I'm just saying like.
Right.
In the event if you decide to do something like that, if you're like, oh, maybe I'll hit start recording, I wouldn't recommend doing that.
No. I know what you mean. It's just like again, that was on me. That I messed that up. But yeah, we're good. We're already live in the YouTube chat. What's up, YouTube? Which we're currently at 180 subs.
So, are we actually at 180, or is it like
No, we're actually at 180. I checked. We are definitely at 180 subs.
Maybe we'll be at 175 by the end of the night again. I don't know. Who knows?
God damn it! Don't put that kind of bad juju on us, man.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, we're at 180, so appreciate it, people. So hopefully we can hit our goal before the end of the year.
What's the YouTube chat looking like right now? Like who's all over there?
God, my cat almost walked on my laptop. Can you get her out of here, please? No. Thank you. Sorry, Pepper. That's my cat, Pepper. She's a sweet cat, but
is she related to Salt?
No, but we have a cat named Chili. So we have two spice cats.
You got two of one from the girl band and one from Salt and Pepper.
Exactly. But yeah, she's a sweet cat, but like cats don't understand technology. But I don't expect them to because they're cats. But anyways, people, we are live. We are live on the YouTube chat. It is Wednesday. And yeah, we're back, and it's the second to last show of the year. And you already know who I am. I'm Drew, and with me as always,
Justin from Spinebuster and SpinebusterTees.com.
And if anyone's listening on the YouTube chat, welcome, and of course anyone listening.
Yeah, well, what's our chat over there right now? Anyone over there right now?
Not yet. We're at one concurrent viewer, but I'm pretty sure it'll grow just like the Discord chat. But
we'll see.
We're here to talk about a big weekend in wrestling. We had to say goodbye to John Cena for now. ... for now. Saturday night's main event, I guess we can jump into that already. So Saturday night's main event happened over in DC, which to me is still fucking weird. That John Cena's last ever match was in Washington, DC and not Boston, which the story behind that allegedly had to do with money. That WWE, or I can't even call it WWE anymore. It's just TKO. TKO is very much about money, which at the end of the day, that's how you should run a business. But in this case, they tend to make a lot of business decisions based more on money than merit. But, you know, it is what it is. But I was in Washington, D.C., Saturday night's main event on Peacock or YouTube if you were overseas. And let's just start with the main event.
Well, before that, what did you think about the overall vibe of the show, the atmosphere? Like to me, this felt more of like WrestleMania than what WrestleMania did this year.
Right. No, I agree with you. Like they were really treating it like it was a pay-per-view or a PLE if you're a customer.
I mean, not just a pay-per-view. It felt like a major stadium show event, even though it wasn't a stadium. But it felt like a major stadium event. They had a 2-hour kickoff show. Like, for Saturday night's main event, they had a 2-hour kickoff show for it. You know what I mean? They had that. They had, like, the celebrities were there. It just felt bigger. Way, way bigger than any other Saturday night's main events that there's came. And to me, this felt just as big, if not bigger, than WrestleMania from this year.
I mean, in some ways, it might have been better than WrestleMania.
I mean, in theory, yes. Show to show, yes. But you can't really compare, in my opinion, just because it's like you're taking a non-pay-per-view event with your all your biggest stars on the show versus a major event with all your biggest stars on the show. It's like, to me, it's not comparable, but like as far as a overall show, then yeah, I agree with that. But to me, though, it's like, it's comparing apples to oranges, in my opinion.
Yeah, I get you. But I don't know, it's just me. I kind of miss the old school setup when they brought back Saturday Night's Main Event. That's just me. I kind of like that old kind of old school, retro aesthetic. But again, they want to make this, feel. I mean, they don't always like using retro. They like using retro for maybe like a little bit because it's kind of a niche thing. But it is what it is. That's just, it's a me problem. I always chalk it up to that. But the setup was interesting. They sold the place out, which, as they should, because it's John Cena's quote unquote last match. Do
you think John Cena's coming back?
In wrestling,
do you think he'll have another match?
In wrestling, you never stay retired. Like, you never stay retired. I think he'll be gone. Like I'll put it this way: he's already revealed that he's still signed with the company for another 5 years.
Oh yeah, of course he is.
And he'll make appearances. He'll more than likely be in the Hall of Fame. As far as like a wrestling match goes, I think he'll stay away for a bit because his star is rising in Hollywood. But as far as like a match goes, I mean, I think we talked about it last week, where if the situation's right, like if it's like a charity thing or what have you, I think I can see Cena coming out and be like, yeah, I'll have a match for a good cause. As far as like him doing like Blood Money Part 20, I don't see him doing that. I just don't. I don't think it'll be a Shawn Michaels thing of like, I'll never come out of it. Ooh, another zero. And then we ended up getting that complete shit sandwich. But I don't think Cena will do it for at least for a while. Maybe for like another 3-ish years, give or take. What about you?
No, I think he's done.
Okay.
I just I'm gonna take the guy at his word and say he's done. You know what I mean? Not like I said, I'm using a star. Unless it was like a tragedy situation happens in wrestling and they're doing like a benefit show or something, or something very tragic happens and they're doing a benefit show and like people want to see John Cena come, and like it has to be something extreme, but like just him, WrestleMania Saudi Arabia, we're gonna give you $70 million. Well, okay, maybe he'll come back for $70 million, but we'll give you $2 million. I mean, I don't see him coming back even for something like that. So I don't know, never, like you said, never say never, but just me personally, I just don't really like he had a decent match with Gunther, but like 2-3 years down the road, him not wrestling and him not being in shape and things of that nature, like, can you see him put on a match.
No.
He can. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's like, you know.
Well, to be fair, I don't want to see any more old wrestlers come back. It's kind of an unpopular opinion. Like, you're never going to push any of your younger talent, and they're never going to learn to get over if you're always relying on the past.
Well, I mean, it's been that way for the last, 20 years?
Yeah, but WWE gets a little bit too, old school friendly about it. That's the best way to put it.
But there was that one point, though, where it was needed, because even, like, in 2010, 2009, whatever, right? Like, it was kind of needed because business wasn't doing as well as it is now. Like, now I agree, with you, but, like, we're still going to see it. Like 5 years from now, right? Like, where do you see, like, guys like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and, Cody Rhodes, in the next 5 to 7 years? Like, I would like to think 2 of them would at least be retired, right?
I mean, Roman's going to be gone. He's
right. But what I'm saying is, like, you don't think that WWE is going to try to bring back Roman Reigns? You know what I mean? It happens in cycles. You know what I mean? Then, like, in the next 20 years, I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say like Braun Breaker and fucking Javon Evans and whoever the next guys up. They're gonna be fucking retiring. They're gonna be coming back. So it's like to me, it's always gonna seem to be happening like that in wrestling, where the old guy comes back. You know what I mean? They fucking did that shit in the fucking 80s with fucking Bruno Sammartino. Like WrestleMania, 2. I think it was in the Battle Royal in fucking WrestleMania 2. So it's like, to me, it's always gonna happen. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with it. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with it, but I just think that it's gonna happen because it's wrestling, and wrestling's built off stars and old stars at that. So
right, because like there was that point where Vince was getting very I need to rely too much on the past instead of pushing my younger stars. Like, he put the title on Goldberg. Like, he took it off of Bray, who was like kind of on a hot streak with his new gimmick, and then he gave it to Goldberg, and then he gave it to Brock Lesnar, and then he gave it to Cena again. He gave it to Orton again. With Triple H, he's not perfect, but at least with Triple H, it's I'm gonna push my younger stars because they're the now, and in order for them to really learn what it's like to work, in a bigger spotlight, I'm gonna put them with my top stars from the past. But in the end, my younger stars are going to win because that's how business should be done. If we really want to, continue to succeed as a business, we need to keep creating stars instead of relying on the past. So, at least with Triple H, he does that. Whereas Vince, towards the end of his run, was very much like, I need to rely on my older guys because I don't have faith in my new guys, or he just didn't get his new guys. But yeah, let's go back to Saturday Night's main event. Let's start with the main event real quick. So, originally, the talk was that it was supposed to be Cena opening the show, and that the rest of the night
I didn't believe that shit.
Which I thought that was stupid, because the idea was that he was going to open the show and that the rest of the night was going to be dedicated to NXT. But then the day of it was announced that it was the main event, which I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
But who in their right mind, like? I mean, I know we're online, and we us as podcasters, we have to look at these stories, and we have to look at it and analyze it and make a decision for ourselves. I never believed that story. Why on earth? This would just be malpractice from WWE, and WWE has had that this year, so it's not totally out of the realm. But why on earth would they have John Cena opening contest scheduled for one fall, right? Why would they have him do that when they're getting? You saw the talk this weekend about John Cena?
What about it?
Did you? Well, I'm saying, did you see it?
But about what though?
Just in general, ESPN, CNN, sports teams were, but just the direct. So eyes and ears was on this event, right? Why would you have them open up with John Cena and Gunther just for them to tune out on because these people weren't gonna watch the rest of the fucking show. Have these guys watch the show, then and watch John Cena in the fucking main event. So they get that way you can try to gain more of an audience and more of a fan base, possibly seeing guys like Javon Evans and Obafemi and seeing Soruka and seeing all these new wrestlers coming in for the very first time as well. Like that would have just been malpractice from WWE if they would have had Cena bid opening contest. But sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like it's like a John Cena retirement match and he's the opening match. It's like, yeah, that's kind of dumb. Well, not kind of, it is. But anywho, it was the main event. Throughout the whole night, they were just throwing a lot of Cena propaganda. I say propaganda in jest, but like, superstars from the past and current. Talking about Cena, memories of Cena, and CM Punk even shed a tear or two. Talking about what Cena meant to him. Randy Orton wasn't there, which was weird. I know him and Liv Morgan and a few other wrestlers. Tiffany Stratton. They're in Saudi Arabia, which is kind of weird timing to send Randy Orton to Saudi Arabia on the same weekend as Cena's last match, quote unquote.
That was very puzzling.
Granted, he did put up a very heartfelt thing on social media, so cool. But it's like everybody in Cena's life. You have CM Punk, you have Triple H, you have The Undertaker, Kurt Angle. No Randy Orton.
Orton, obviously. I mean, people were like, "Oh, Tony Khan gonna let Adam Copeland go to?" Guys, shut up! Like, it's the fucking pro wrestling business. Like, there was no way that Edge was gonna fucking show. There was no way that Jericho was gonna show, because I believe he's still on a contract through the end of this month. I may be wrong, but there was no way that these guys are still on a contract on the AEW payroll was gonna show up. It's just the way it is. It's business.
No Batista, at least like a Batista video clip.
That one. I won't say was shocking, but yeah, I was a little. I mean, I would like to see Batista, but I wasn't really expecting it either.
So I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird. Like it this whole Cena retirement tour has been very underwhelming. Botched. Like I think you might have seen this interview that Cena put out where he said that he told WWE, "I'm available for this many dates." I think it was like 200 something, like 220, right. 260, and then WWE replied with, "Oh, we only need you for 36 dates," which is like John Cena's offering you his services for like pretty much a whole year, like close to a year. And you're like, "Nah, we only need you for this many dates."
You know what? That I'm okay with, just because of the fact that, to me at least, that WWE, they are very smart about marketing, right, and business. So the less you see of John Cena, the more special it'll become. He's an attraction, right? I think they did. I honestly probably think you probably should have made about like 10 more dates, to be honest. Though I think over 200 dates. I don't think people, it wouldn't been as special as seeing Cena, right? Like, oh, I gotta go see John Cena. Oh, I gotta buy this. I think it would have not been as special. I think he could have had like at least 10 more dates to what he had, but WWE is gonna, they obviously they know best when it comes to making money, because they made a shit ton of money off this John Cena Farewell Tour. Even though like the booking was shit, they're making money off of it. They made gangbusters off this.
I disagree. Maybe not 200. Maybe not like 220. Or I forgot what the exact number was, but like I don't know, like in the hundreds at least. And I get what you mean, like the mystique of John Cena.
So hundreds, right? So there's no house shows.
Right.
We're eliminating house shows. Where do we get these 100 dates? So basically, these 100 dates is basically he's on Raw, maybe SmackDown, and a pay-per-view every single week.
NXT. You could have done something with NXT.
He could have done something with NXT, but how often is he going to be down at NXT too?
I mean, with the partnership with Impact, you could have maybe had him show up on Impact for like a big pop.
Those dates have nothing to do with WWE. That'll be a TNA date, not a WWE.
I'm just saying, like for Cena's retirement tour, that could have been something huge.
You think John Cena wanted to go to fucking Impact?
I mean, he said he wanted to work with Joe Hendry.
That doesn't mean he has to go to Impact.
I mean, why not?
Look, as WWE, because this is WWE's creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is WWE. Why would they send John Cena down to TNA when they simply can just bring Joe Hendry to Raw, SmackDown, or even fucking NXT? Having a John Cena versus Joe Hendry feud or whatever, or not even a feud, but like a situation per se, is happening on WWE TV. It's not happening in TNA.
So you
as much as relationship is going. Well, sorry, go ahead.
No, but like I'm not saying WWE's like we're telling you to go down there. Like it'd be like a thing of WWE's like, would you be okay with showing up on TNA, just doing an appearance, just to like draw up some like big ticket
What
sales?
I'm saying is, you think WWE is going to even offer that?
I would. I think so.
No, you would.
No. I think they would, especially with this new regime. I can see them doing that.
So if that's the case, how come we, with the exception of AJ Styles because he's TNA, how come we haven't seen like a Seth Rollins or a Cody Rhodes or anyone else down there yet?
I mean, who's to say it won't happen?
As it hasn't happened yet.
It could happen.
You really think it could happen? Really, Drew?
I think it could happen. I honestly think it could happen.
Drew, I really want you to think about this.
I did think about it, and I come to a conclusion. I think it could happen. If there's a way it could make sense, it'll happen.
All right, all right, I'll just let that go.
I stand by my decision.
I don't think you and me see eye to eye on this because to me, like, I don't want to say buy out TNA, which is a possibility. They can do something like that, right? But like, to me, I see WWE trying to benefit WWE by bringing TNA wrestlers up to like maybe like the main roster or something like that, and have something here. I can see like Moose or go up against I don't know, whoever, right? Cody, whoever, right? I can see something like that, but like I don't see them taking Cody down there and be like, hey Cody, go down there. I'm sure Cody will want to because he's that type of guy, but I don't see WWE be like, hey Cody, go down there and we're gonna have you start working a program with fucking Nick Nemeth. Like what?
Hey, that'd be great. Those would be some good matches, by the way.
No, it would be great matches. Right? No, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying to what WWE's business model is. I just don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. If we could, we barely get top main roster guys on NXT. They'll throw Rhea Ripley down there every now and then. Cody was down there, I think this year, but it was like one of those special shows against. Was it one of those special shows against AEW?
I think so. Yeah.
When Cody went down there. If it's something like that, like now, I will say this: if TNA was on the same night as Dynamite. Because they're still going to be on Thursdays. Okay, I definitely seen that because WWE wants to put the foot up AEW's ass. But since they're on different nights, I just don't see the benefit for WWE doing that. I really don't. But I digress. We have different opinions on it.
Okay, all right. But yeah, I wanted more out of this retirement tour, and I get the whole idea of preserving Cena's mystique. But to me, it's just like if John Cena is offering you his services for more than just like a fraction of the year, and then you're like, no, we only need you for this many dates. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of shitty, and it just kind of shows how TKO runs things. Yeah, they're about money, and money is obviously a good thing, but it just seems like they take money over merit.
Do you think that let's say Vince was still in charge fully? Do you think Vince would have granted that for Cena?
I think he would have, because I think I mean, again,
I think to be honest, I think so too. I think so too. But
yeah, Vince would have made a much. And this isn't me going, no, we should bring back Vince. Like, no, this is just me looking at how. And I've been on the side of like, I don't think this is all Triple H is doing. I think I think TKO really does kind of put too many cooks in the kitchen, and they don't always allow Triple H to really pull off the things he wants to pull off. Whereas Vince, I think Vince really would have made a much bigger deal about this. Like, he would have made this mean more because Cena was one of his guys. And, like, not to skip ahead, but, like, there was that, tribute video at the end of the night where Vince came up and Cena smirked because, Cena's been very open about his friendship with Vince, which, rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but it is what it is. People are friends with who they're friends with, so I guess you can't really hold them accountable for it. Yeah, Vince definitely would have done this a lot differently than how TKO's been doing it. Yeah, so let's just start with the main event first, and we'll just work our way around the other matches. You had Gunther versus John Cena. Again, the match was fine. It was a pretty good match. It was kind of what you thought it would be. A lot of Cena getting his shit in and doing everything he could to take down the evil Gunther, and then Gunther trying to do everything he can to take down, the hero, the never give up John Cena. And obviously the fans were pro Cena, and the fans were hating Gunther, and Gunther's Gunther. He was the best choice for this, even though, granted, I said time and time again, I think this should have been reserved for someone who could have used it more, but it is what it is. But Gunther is always the safe bet.
I thought it was the right decision at the end of the day after seeing what happened. I thought it was the right decision.
Right, I love Gunther. I think Gunther is always a safe bet. And granted, what happened after the match, and anyone that kind of knows what happened. Gunther is, I think his stock is rising probably a little even more. But yeah, Gunther won by tap, which is probably the funniest tap out like ever. And if anyone's watching on the YouTube stream, you can see on the thumbnail that Cena just had that look on his face that he just was like, it's time. And it was like kind of a ginger like tap. It wasn't even like a. It was just
I can't. So and that's my issue with that. So I said that this was the right decision. Mm-hmm. Cena tapping, that was the right decision. I just did not like how he tapped out and the face with it, because to me, a lot of people are saying like, oh, he was at peace with it. To me, it kind of felt like he didn't want to tap out. He's like, all right, well, I'm tapping out because I'm being asked and forced to tap out. Now, if he taps out frantically, that's a little bit outside of his character too as well. So I get that, but that was anticlimactic as far as the tap out's concerned, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Mm-hmm.
It felt like you knew it was over, but when he tapped out and with the smile and everything, and then kind of like the smirk, is like, that's it. Like, that's really it. Like, they could have done a little bit more than that. And I know we're gonna talk about like what happened after the match too as well. But as far as the tap out's concerned and the match, I thought the match was fine. I thought the match was good. Cena did all the hits. He even did the leg drop off the top rope. He haven't done that in a long time. So he did all the hits. I was kind of hoping he'll do a springboard stunner for some reason, but I'm pretty sure can't really do that anymore at this point. But I mean, it at the end of the day, didn't really need it. But yeah, I just thought the tap out, the smile, and the urgency. The urgency with the tap out just felt anticlimactic.
Do you think people would have been less mad if Cena passed out instead of tapping out?
Do I think people would have been more mad?
Less mad. Less mad.
So, The hardcore John Cena fans did not like this ending.
Yeah.
I think the major issue is Cena losing, not how he lost. Cena losing, period. So I don't care if it's pin, pass out, tap out with with urgency, getting knocked out, TKO. Either way, it would have had some type of bad negative response, right? Because the people wanted to see Cena winning. The people were really, really shitting on this is just the people that want Cena to win, which he wasn't. He wasn't gonna fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you would have went into the match knowing that, you wouldn't be as mad, right? So I don't really think it really mattered on how he lost or if he passed out or tapped out. I think the response would have been the same, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, people would have bitched either way. Because, like, the hardcore Cena fans, like you mentioned, they were mad that Cena lost and also tapped out. But if Cena would have won, you would have had that other side that would be like, oh, what was the point of this tournament anyway? Cena doesn't need to win. Blah, blah. So it's just wrestling fans are fickle. I mean, that always seems
it's a time-honored tradition.
Yeah, like, everybody lost.
It's a time-honored tradition. Mostly, not everyone, have lost their last match.
Yeah, Steve Austin lost his last match.
Oh, well, no, he didn't.
Well, that was his comeback match. I'm talking about his last match. He put over The Rock.
What's his last match in WWE?
Against The Rock. And then he left and came. That was his comeback match.
No. What's the last match that he had?
Against Kevin Owens.
All right, and he won that match, right? Now, if he didn't go up against Kevin Owens, okay, his last match was, against The Rock, and he lost, right?
Right.
I could have said the same thing for Shawn Michaels, but guess what? He has another fucking match, right?
Which I was
who won that match? The DX. They lost, right?
I think DX won.
I
think so. I don't. Anyways, I put that match out of my memory for obvious reasons. But
the match fucking happened. And guess what? The Rock had another match, right? He lost his last match. Well, no, actually, no, he wins everything actually, because if you count like WrestleMania, what was it? WrestleMania 30. It was a match
for like 7 seconds.
It was a match. The bell rang, and there was a 1, 2, 3, so it was a match. So,
Kurt Angle lost his last match which that was bullshit, but he still lost.
Yeah. Well.
Ric Flair lost his last match.
No, he didn't.
Against Shawn Michaels? Oh, yeah, TNA.
Yeah, and Ric Flair's last match. Which he won.
Hogan won his last match, of course, because it's Hogan. He can't ever lose.
What was Hogan's last? It was something in TNA, right? No, didn't he lose against Sting? He lost against Sting, right? Wasn't that his last match against Sting?
In WWE, his last match was against Orton.
I'm talking about TNA.
TNA, I think Sting beat him.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, just again, time-honored tradition. Like put the guy who's gonna be the guy now over before you leave, because again, Cena. It's kind of a joke I make. Cena kind of doesn't care about his legacy all that much the way other people do, and I also think Cena, he's made it very clear that he wants to leave the business by making sure it's better than the way he left it. That's always his quote, and he's going to put over Gunther because Gunther is going to be the guy going forward, one of the guys going forward. And then
By the way, sorry to interrupt, DX did beat the Bros of Destruction 27 minutes, 45 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you know what? That's my GOAT, so fuck it.
Jesus Christ. Ugh, man. I've completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, pretty soon, Brock's going to call it a day. AJ Styles is going to call it a day. Jericho's going to come back and call it a day in WWE. I mean, even CM Punk is going to call it a day. Orton's going to call it a day. And I mean, I don't know. Like, again, the business is changing. It's getting younger. It's getting more faster, and a lot of these guys can't keep up. So, but yeah, again, I was shocked by the tap out, but I was fine with it. It made sense. It was the right call. And
were you really shocked? You're really shocked by this tap out?
I was more shocked about how nonchalant John Cena was about it.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Where he was just like, all right, let's go.
It felt like to me that, like, again, it felt like he didn't really want to do it, but you know.
But I mean, Gunther is. It goes without saying he's probably the biggest heel in wrestling right now. I mean, he was already one of the biggest heels. Now he's the biggest heel, and that's something he can take with him for the rest of his career. And then the afterbirth of the match was just deliciously bad. Like, you had all these.
It felt so awkward.
It was. You had all these people come out. First of all, the fans are booing the shit out of Triple H. They're already, chanting "fuck Triple H," which I already hate when fans hijack the shows, because this moment's supposed to be about John Cena.
I get it, but
it's tasteful. It's tasteless. I mean,
let's be honest. We all said some tasteless shit in here, so
yeah.
So we're no saints.
Oh no,
You know what I mean?
no. But we learn because we're adults, or at least I think I am. But yeah, it's just like, again, just like fans hijacking the show, which at this point it's like, whatever it is. They're gonna do what they want to do because they pay a ticket, even though they're idiots. But
I mean, to me, they can say whatever the fuck they want. You saw those ticket prices.
True, very true.
Like, you give me this ending, and and you come out there, and it's awkward. Like, you can't tell me what to fucking say, and I pay so much fucking money for your tickets. You damn right I'm gonna say something.
No, I get you. Yeah, I actually understand. I agree with you on that. These tickets are fucking insane. Even for NXT, like for Deadline, like I took one look at those tickets, I went, fuck that.
I mean, I saw tickets that were like $45.
Nah, not what I saw.
I had someone that came into my shop. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? They were like, "Oh, did you go to Deadline?" I was like, "No, I didn't end up going." They were like, "Oh yeah, man." I was like, "How you enjoyed the show?" He was like, "Oh, it was good, man. We got good tickets. We only spent like $70 for two tickets." I was like, "Oh shit, pretty good." I thought that would have been more, but at least took a couple people that came and talked to me about it. And one guy said $70, and another guy said they got one seat for $45. So I don't know when they checked it or what website they were on, but at least according to them, they had some good deals.
But anyways, the afterbirth. Fans are booing Triple H, saying "fuck Triple H," and then they force Cena to watch this tribute video about his life, and again, Cena was just in the corner, and he just looked like he didn't want to be there. Like it was the most awkward, cringiest, funniest thing to watch. And like I mentioned, Vince came on the screen, and Cena at least smirked. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk gave him their titles to like pose with, and then he gave them back, and then he took off his old man tennis shoes and just left him in the middle of the ring. It would have been funny if he took off his jorts too and just left him in the middle of the ring. But they didn't do that.
Thank God.
What was that?
I said, thank God.
I don't know. For that ending, he could have at least given him. I'm kidding. And then he walks off into the sunset, and never to be seen again for now. So, but that was the end of Saturday night's main event. And then afterwards, for the after show, the fans were chanting, "Fuck Triple H, AEW, we want Vince." And then Triple H acknowledged it and just said, "I'm disappointed. I thought you guys would be louder." So
that shows you that he just doesn't give a fuck about what the fans think.
In some ways, you shouldn't, because you shouldn't always book for the fans just because they cry about it. in this case, the fans are obviously mad about the decision, which
Right, but no, it's not just about the decision. Like, okay, let me ask you, why would you think the fans would react that way?
because they, like you said, they paid a lot of money for these seats, and they got John Cena pretty much nonchalantly tapping out in his last match. And
Yes, but there was also not every single fan there was pro Cena or possibly wanted to see Cena win, right? I don't think every single fan there wanted to see Cena win. I think the reason why the fans were mad is because it wasn't just about Saturday. It's about the whole run. This whole farewell tour, we were saying, hey, let it play out. Let it play out. We let it play out, and it was terrible.
yeah,
I believe that's why you had the fans saying fuck Triple H and giving him shit. That's the reason, not just because Cena lost. It's the whole farewell tour that they're giving him shit about, I believe.
it's this whole year, like, a lot of things happen I have to remind myself about, because I'm like, oh yeah, the heel turn happened in February, and then it just went away like shortly after that because people were like, no, we still want to cheer John Cena. And which is kind of going back to what I said about the dates, like, imagine if it was like 100 something dates, it would have been more exciting, it would have meant more. But then also The Rock inserted himself into this storyline and just went away after that. And granted, he had to go do press tour for a movie and film a movie, but it's like, how do you involve yourself in a storyline and then just go away? What's up with Threlax? He's in the YouTube chat. It in some ways, The Rock kind of ruined the tour. A lot of creative definitely played a big hand in ruining the tour. And then TKO. TKO is another name that kind of ruined this tour. But yeah, the fans have the right to be mad. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying at the end of the day, no matter what decision you make, there's always going to be a group of people that there's always going to be a large group of people that are just going to be mad regardless, and you can't please everybody. So that's just kind of how I feel about it. But what about you?
I think I already kind of brought that up already.
But anyone in the YouTube chat, well, Athrelix, you're here. Post your thoughts down below and let me know what you think. Anyone in the Discord chat, let us know what you think about John Cena's last match, quote unquote. I still wish John had a better send off. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I'm looking in the Discord chat. So Triple Fraud wrote a pretty lengthy response. He put, that reaction wasn't really about Cena tapping. It was a year's worth of frustration collapsing into one moment, kind of like what you just said. Fans have endured safe booking, non-payoff arcs, prestige without danger, constant quote-unquote let-it-play-out fatigue, empty heel runs, and stories that resolve without true catharsis. The product has been polished, but rarely risky. Yeah, you're right.
Stop right there for a second. I said Triple H has been too safe. He's been too safe booking. He's not really trying to do anything different. It's by the numbers. It's the same shit. He's not really looking to make waves. It's, So I agree with him there for sure.
There's more. He put, when Triple Fraud, he's talking about Triple H, not him, walked out, the crowd wasn't reacting to that single decision. They were reacting to everything that led up to it. To be honest, months of restrained storytelling and diffuse heat finally boiling over. That's why the reaction went nuclear. It wasn't disrespect towards Cena. It wasn't mindless outrage. It was a smart crowd using the biggest emotional moment possible to hold the architect of the product accountable for a year of creative choices.
Absolutely.
I don't think the fans were pissed off about the finish. It was just politics at the end of the day. Rock got screwed from WrestleMania 41 not being him versus Cody, so he stuck it to Trips. this year with an empty heel run. I mean, that would... Sorry, Rock versus Roman. That's what he put. Well, I heard it was going to be...
Rock versus Cody. Yeah.
I heard it was going to be Rock versus Cody. Well, also...
We hear a lot of shit changes, so it was both.
Well, also because there was that thing from last year after Mania where The Rock handed Cody something, and then Cody looked at it and was angry, and then The Rock, walked away. And so there was never an explanation as to what the fuck that was. And then, the whole thing about The Rock want Cody's soul, which that was just the weirdest, most cringiest thing ever, like this year. And then, of course, the heel turn, which, again, there was never an explanation as to why John Cena went heel. The Rock never came back and explained why that Cena sided with him. And, yeah. And then it just went away. Like, Cena was like, yeah, I'll be a good guy again. Fuck it. So, but, I mean, yeah, the Cena heel turn, the moment was obviously huge, and that's probably going to be someone's biggest moment of the year, or shocking moment of the year. But as far as, the payoff afterwards, it's like Cena still showed up in his usual gear and his music, and didn't really change a thing about him. It didn't mean anything. It was a very empty heel turn, as Triple Fraud says in the chat. So, in closing, yeah, Cena's retirement tour was very underwhelming. I don't want to say it sucked, because there was some bright moments, some bright spots during it, but
what was the best moment of the farewell tour?
I'm just going off my personal taste. The match with Cody at SummerSlam was good. I like the moment in Saudi where CM Punk came out doing the Thugonomics bit. I thought that was funny. That's just one of my favorites. Obviously the heel turn was huge, but the payoff after that was bleh. And the match with Dom in Boston was really good. The match in Survivor Series was really good. And that's about it. What about yours?
Him versus AJ Styles.
Fuck. Him versus AJ Styles. I don't know why I forgot about that. I don't know where I'm going to put that in my top faves of the year. It's definitely in my top 3. So I really do need to think about what my favorite match of the year is next week.
That and the heel turn. The heel turn, everything with the heel turn was fantastic. Fantastic. Follow terrible, but the moment was fantastic. You gotta go back to the moment when it happened and how we were feeling at the time. Everybody was. I don't think like there was anybody that was like, oh man, this sucks. No, everyone was fucking excited about it. So I thought the heel turn itself was fantastic. Everything else after that was,
Triple Fraud says Cena and Paul Clash in Paris was great. Yeah, that was fun.
It was great. It was good. Damn good match.
So the matches were fine. I mean, they were fine to really good. It's just the tour itself could have been 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. Like, so much better.
If you have to give the Cena farewell tour a rating out of 10, what would it be?
Out of 10? Boy. I'm going to say... I'm gonna give it just a D, a big old D. So, like a 6 out of 10.
A D's a 70, brother.
No, a D would be like a 6.5.
When we were in school, what was a passing grade?
A C.
Passing grade was a D, brother.
I don't know. In college, I remember it being a C.
Oh, well, I'm talking about high school. Never went to college like you educate people.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, yeah, D. I'm just gonna give it a D.
Well, that's why I said a rating out of 10, not an A through F.
6.5
so
out of 10.
You're getting like a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, that's fair.
6.5 out of 10.
All right, so I just want to make sure. Okay, so 6.5 out of 10. So you're giving the Cena farewell tour a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, I'm giving this a 3 out of 10.
Oi. You went so much lower than me.
It wasn't good, Drew. It wasn't good. The match, yeah, outside of some of the matches itself, and he had think of the WrestleMania build. That by itself was god awful. God fucking awful. The WrestleMania match, him and Cody, god awful, right? His heel run, god awful. Now I'm gonna tell you what's giving me 3 points. The heel turn itself was 1 point. Him versus AJ was 1 point. And you probably get a half point for the farewell match and situation there. And you probably get another half point somewhere else. Everything else was not good.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I guess I'm going by matches. I looked at the matches as being fun, but the moments, again, there were some good moments, but very few and far between. The build up wasn't always great.
Yeah, and he has some good promos, and he has some great promos in there too as well. I mean, but it's not like anything groundbreaking. I mean, the Cena pipe bomb was really good, but outside of that, it wasn't anything like really groundbreaking from what Cena would usually do. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. I'm just going by. I thought the matches made up for a very underwhelming, just okay promos at best to sometimes just being, meh promos. But again, this is a tour we should have been talking about. This should have been epic. This should have been, Michael Jordan's, retirement tour, esque. This should have been, Kobe's retirement tour esque. Instead, it was just very lackluster and not pushed as well. Very underproduced and just lazy. For a guy that made this company so much money, and whether you love him or hate him, like, the guy made the company so much money, and he's to this day the Make-A-Wish Foundation's most requested celebrity,
right? And
instead all we got was just like, here's instead of just getting T-bone steak, all we got was frozen pizza.
I have a topic here that we can discuss briefly, or how long it goes, right? So over the last couple of years, we had John Cena retire and we had Sting retired. If Sting was in WWE and John Cena was in AEW for both their retirement tours, which one you think would have been better? Go ahead.
I mean, Tony Khan would have fucking moved heaven and earth to get John Cena on AEW, for one thing. And he would treat him like he was Jesus, Goku, and Superman.
Right.
And that plays into my topic of, people will get mad because people were mad about Sting, never putting anybody over in AEW. And let me finish.
That's true. That's true. But I think a lot of that was Tony Khan too.
Right. But let me kind of finish real quick. But we did talk about, and I even admitted Sting probably has one of the best retirement matches of all time, if not the best.
Yes, it's up there. Yeah.
With John Cena, I can already tell Tony Khan would be like, yeah, John Cena, I want you to beat everybody. I want you to beat Will Ospreay and the Young Bucks and John Moxley. I want you to kick out of Kenny's One-Winged Angel. I want you to win every match because you're John Cena. You're a superhero and you don't ever give up, and you tell the kids to do blah, blah, blah.
We get it. All
right. Can I have a hug? No. Anyways, but yeah, I think Tony Khan would have made him look even more like a superhero than Vince ever did, because Tony Khan is, at the end of the day, he's a mark. We've said this time and time again. Sting's booking in WWE wasn't even that great either. Let's be fair, it wasn't that great. They brought him in to feud with Triple H, and that didn't make any sense. And then they had Triple H beat him in daylight. Granted, it got somewhat better towards the end, You know, when
I think they were gonna put the title on him eventually.
yeah, I remember that. Like he was feuding with Seth, and that was kind of an interesting feud. And then Seth broke his neck. That was kind of the end of that. So there's really no telling how that would have gone.
You don't really hear about Seth Rollins being unsafe anymore, but there was a little bit of a while where it's like, oh, Seth is unsafe. Retire the buckle bomb, and he really hasn't really had much issue with the buckle bomb since.
I mean, I guess he kind of learned to kind of dial it back a little bit, but yeah, there was that point where it's just like even Bret Hart was like, Seth is unsafe.
Well, Bret.
Well, Bret hates everybody.
Yeah, Bret would. You know, he sees anyone gets injured, man. He wants them fucking dead. He compares them to Goldberg. So
he's like, oh, what's wrong with Seth? Seth is hurting everybody. You know, Shawn Michaels slept with Vince. Don't you know?
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear him say that?
Yeah, I heard that, but what's that got to do with?
It has to do with the fact that Bret is just fucking crashing out. He doesn't give a fuck.
What the hell's going on? Okay.
Did you know Vince wanted me to fight Mike Tyson? It's true. Well, he didn't actually say that, but he actually wanted Diesel to fight Mike Tyson in a boxing match for charity. That's a true story. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, Sting.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, Sting.
What's going on here?
Yeah, definitely Tony Khan would have made this like, you know, a Marvel movie, as far as like making Cena look like a superhero.
I think I'll just say it. I'll just answer my own question. I think Tony Khan would have done wonders with John Cena's retirement tour versus WWE with Sting.
Yeah. No, agreed. Very much agreed. You know, as much guff as I say guff because I don't like swearing too much, and I know my mom will listen to clips of the show. Hi, Mom. So she don't like when I cuss. So that's one thing I'm gonna do for my mom. And not cuss as much. But I give Tony Khan a little guff sometimes, but deservingly so. But in this case, he does know how to make someone of a legend, whether it's Sting, look like a superhero. But again, there's always going to be people that complain, and it's just natural. It's just how people are. People are going to complain regardless whether how things look. But that's just it. But yeah, it was a pretty good conversation. We did about close to an hour talking about this. Was there anything else you want to bring up?
Just like everything that happened after the show, like, you know, you kind of brought it up with Triple H doing the interview and everything of that nature, but, I just think that, at the end of the day, man, you gotta, I won't say like 100% listen to the fans, man, but you gotta kind of like take a template and know what they want, and I don't know what's going on with Triple H. I don't know what's going on with him. He had his finger on the pulse 5 years ago. Now I don't know what the hell's going on with him. Is he getting pressured? Is this more, to your point, is this more TKO? Is this a thing that he knows he's out of WWE and, he just doesn't give a fuck no more? Again, I think this year coming up in 2026, we're going to see a huge, huge shift in either AEW or WWE in some fashion. So we'll see what happens, but to me, this doesn't feel like Triple H or Paul Levesque. No, but you can't tell me you watch NXT in 2017 and 2018 that this is the same fucking guy. There's no way you can change your philosophy that much in 6 to 7 years. He's still fairly young. He still has his pulse on the wrestling business. There's no way you can tell me that he doesn't, like, there's something not going on.
I agree. I mean, I don't know what's happened to Triple H in the last year, because those 2 years when he was... I
will say it's almost 2 years. After WrestleMania last year. But, like, WrestleMania 40 was, quote-unquote, the end game. And by the way, Drew... off topic. I've been watching the MCU.
Oh boy.
Yes.
It's getting better to me. It's getting better to me. But go ahead.
You know what? I watched. I think I watched the first 5, 6 movies. I want to say because it was I think it was Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man, then like Thor, then Captain America. Right? I'm on Thor: Dark World. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
but well, I know the movie sucks, but
it has its moments, but it's not that good.
Well, I'll just say this: I'm not a fan of what I'm watching so far, but with the whole, I mean, I liked Iron Man, but outside of that, and the first Avengers and first Captain America, outside of that, it's been a slog to get through. But anyway, regardless of that,
It gets better.
Regardless of everything here, Triple H right now, it's man, I don't know. I don't know what the quote unquote end game. See, I brought it back. I don't know what the end game is gonna be with him. So we'll have to wait and see though.
Yeah, again, here's the 2026. Hopefully, being a better year for both companies. Not just financial wise, because you can make money, but your product can still be bleh. We just want a better product. We don't want an inferior product. Especially with WWE, if TKO is going to be charging us like the equivalent of a fucking mortgage just to go see WrestleMania. Or not even WrestleMania, Backlash. Let's throw it out there. But let's talk about the rest of Saturday Night's main event because it was decent. The first match, you had Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion, versus Obafemi, the NXT champion. Oba looks like a fucking star. And the fans already know it. The fans are already chanting for Oba. So that's good. And I say that because the casual WWE fans, the filthy casuals as I call them, they're not always up to date on what's going on with NXT. So there's been times where you can bring on someone from NXT who, we're always high on, and the crowd's not, isn't always going to react to them well. I mean, look what happened with Cross. It took Cross until literally the end of his tenure, in WWE to finally get a reaction. But in Oba's case, they see Oba and they see money. This dude oozes, money. This dude has an aura, as the kids say. And the fans recognize it. And all I'm saying is, again, I've been on the Triple H bandwagon as far as, I don't think he's a racist. Because there's this thing about Triple H is a racist. He doesn't know how to push black wrestlers. If Triple H fucks up Oba, at this point, I'm just going to ask Paul, what are we doing? I'm going to call Paul.
What do you mean? No, are you really going to ask him what... No, we're already asking what he's doing. It should be, get the fuck out of here. That's what it should be at this point.
Yeah, don't fuck up Oba, dude. Oba is almost like, here, I'm giving you money. I'm giving you free money. Just push me like I'm a fucking superstar. This dude looks like a superstar. He acts like a superstar. I think he's not even 25 yet. And the guy looks like he looks like something out of a Marvel movie. Or any other, he looks like, Kratos from God of War. That's the best way to put it. He looks like Kratos. And he has good matches. He has good promos. Yeah, we all know he's not... he from Nigeria, but he doesn't actually speak like that. But the fans don't give a fuck. The fans love it. They love Oba. They do the whole, oh! I can't do it. But, when he came out on SmackDown, the night before, the fans were doing the Oba chant. The whole, what do you call it? The whole Black Panther thing, anytime he speaks.
The what now? The what? What was it? Do it again?
I don't want to do it again.
Okay, all right.
When he talks, he does that the thing from Black Panther with M'Baku. I'm not gonna do it because now you're gonna make fun of me.
Ooh,
ooh. There you go.
Yeah, all right. I don't know what the fuck that first one was, but okay, you gotta put some stank on it,
I will try my best to put some stank on it next time. But yeah, Oba's money. Oba, if they don't fuck him up, he's going to be money for them. That's guaranteed. And he looks like he belongs in the main roster. Like, he doesn't look out of place being in the ring with, someone like Cody or, later on a Drew. But I thought the match was fine. The fans were really... It wasn't like a pro-Oba thing. I think the fans are still chanting for Cody because there's still fans that love Cody, and deservedly so. I like Cody. I also like Oba. So the fans are chanting, let's go Oba, let's go Cody. Didn't really like the finish. And
Finish was terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
like, I look at it almost like this, where, like, they don't want to beat Oba and they don't want to beat Cody, but at the same time, what does Cody lose by losing?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I said Drew comes out and causes a distraction and Oba gets the win.
To me, I may be wrong. Maybe Cody kind of, used his little, I don't know if he has creative control, but maybe he had a little bit of influence on this decision, because if you notice, Cody went to Drew's house, which was, that was a fantastic piece of work that they did on social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things I was talking about with RJ about in the state of WWE. If you haven't listened to that podcast from a couple weeks ago, check it out. Is world building and doing things outside the ring, like how they used to do, like during the Attitude Era. That's one of the things I was talking about, and that was a fantastic segment that they did with Cody and Drew McIntyre. If that was gonna be the end result anyway of them doing this segment, it will actually give Cody a reason to go to Drew McIntyre's fucking house, right? If he would have lost against Oba because Drew screwed him out of it. To me, it felt like why did Cody still go to his house? Didn't he get his revenge on fucking Drew McIntyre? Not revenge, but he kind of got payback on Drew McIntyre, after this match anyway. It's weird.
It really is weird because, like, then
I think Cody may have, kind of, I don't know if I want to lose, but I don't gotta beat him either. You know what I mean? It's just probably something that happened. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's the kind of feeling I've got out of it. You know what I mean? But I may be wrong.
I mean, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, but I also think it's just, again, Triple H's safe booking of, like, instead of taking risks, it's like, yeah, well, I don't want Oba to lose, but I don't want Cody to lose either, so I'm going to have Drew come out and just, like, fuck up the match. But then there's the confrontation with Oba and Drew where Oba takes out Drew. So I'm like, okay, I wouldn't mind Oba versus Drew. That'd be fucking awesome. But it's like, who's the heel and who's the face? Isn't Oba supposed to be a heel? Or like a cool heel?
No.
I don't know.
He's not heel. No, he's not heel at all right now.
I don't know. Like I think Oba is more just like a gray area guy. That's the best way to put it.
He's he's babyface to me.
Is he?
I mean,
really?
not like a white meat babyface slapping hands or whatever, right? But like he's definitely not a fucking heel. And he's getting a positive reaction. I mean, his work is, I won't say there's no heel work in his work. He's not cheating. He's not like breaking eyes. He's not like, doing nefarious means or anything like that.
Right. I don't know. It was.
I don't see anything heel about Obafemi. I don't know about that one.
All right. Well, I don't know. It was a shit finish. It was a bad finish, and the crowd,
I agree,
wasn't really feeling the finish either. Again, you could have taken a risk and really could have made Oba look even bigger, and Cody wouldn't have lost anything. He really wouldn't have lost any steam or momentum because it would have played into the storyline of Cody wants to kill Drew McIntyre. Like, he wants to rip his throat out, and that would have made the moment on Monday where he went to his house mean so much more. It would have made more sense, and it would have meant so much more. But again, this very safe, WWE booking. It just, I don't know. Again, glass half full. At least Oba didn't lose and didn't look stupid. But it's one of those things of, like, I guess, whatever. Next is you have Sol Ruka versus Bailey. Again, Sol Ruka looked good. The NXT talents, along with the TNA talent with Leon Slater, everyone got a pretty big reaction. Granted, I don't want to say granted, but like they all look like something. Javon, they've been pushing the shit out of, on the main roster for the past few months. Oba looks like fucking Kratos from God of War, and Sol Ruka is obviously a very good-looking, in-shape, tall girl, and she can do all the moves that people think are cool. So they all look like something. So if you look like something, you're down to get a reaction at least. But Sol I thought looked great out there with Bailey, and granted it's Bailey. Bailey's always the key factor. There was a botch in this match. I can't even remember what it was, but there were kind of botches around, but I don't know if I would call them botches. I would say there were more so miscues, which I didn't really hold it against them. It was more just like, oh, it's a miscue. Like there was a spot in the Oba match where Oba, he flips over Cody, or I think Cody countered something, and then he had his back against the ropes, and he was waiting for Oba to throw him out. And it took like a few seconds, and then Oba threw him out. So, but again, it was just one of those things where like, oh, it was a miscue. Who cares? No one's perfect. And then there was another miscue in this match. I can't remember what it was, but that just kind of tells you how not important it was. But, the match was fine. Sol looked great. The finish I thought was very creative, where Sol goes for the Soul Snatcher, and then Bailey rolls out of the ring on instinct, and then goes for a pin, and then Sol reverses it into a pin, and then wins the match. So I thought that was
like that.
You didn't like it?
That. No.
Okay, I like
that because she hit the soul. I can't even say her fucking finisher. The Soul Snatcher. She hit her finisher. Then Bailey. I won't say she basically no-sold it. I'll just say she basically no-sold it. Then she does a roll up for the pin. How come she can't just pin her clean?
I don't know. I like the ending. I didn't have a problem with the finish. I thought it was creative, to me at least.
I just could have gone without the pretty much the no sell.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, good for Sol. I think again, another NXT hopeful, another hot young prospect that's gonna do big things on the main roster. But how did you feel about the match?
That was a good match. They made Sol Ruka look like a star out there. Bailey, being the one to put it over was something that was I won't say expected, but also as well you had even with that too, it was a good match, but like it felt like it should have been more, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what it felt like for all these matches from the evening. Everything should have felt like it was more. You had Zarya, then you also had Lyra Valkyria out there. I felt like something was gonna happen with one of the two, and
I agree.
Nothing happened, and I'm like, okay, well, all right. Because my prediction was, I thought for this match, I thought Bailey was gonna win because Zarya was gonna screw her over. But that didn't happen, so I'm like, okay, well, to me, it's like, how much longer do they want to try to drag the Zarya Sol Ruka thing out? Because Zarya is turning, it's just like a matter of when.
Maybe
and
New Year's Evil problem.
Well, is it going to be New Year's Evil? Because I thought it was going to be at the last pay-per-view or at a deadline, is it going to be at New Year's Evil? Because I thought it was going to be at Saturday Night's Main Event. So it's like, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but also at the same time, it's like, man, what's the hold up here, But also as well, I think what they're trying to do is because obviously that's going to be a match at possibly Stand and Deliver, most likely, right? So I guess they don't want to try to start the feud too early. But to me, if you don't want to start the feud too early, don't telegraph the breakup too early either. So they've been trying to break up for the last 2-3 months.
Yeah, I mean, I agreed. I think we even agreed on it would have been interesting if you had played this out on Saturday Night's Main Event, so that way you could have had more eyes and ears on NXT for a lot of the casual viewing audience. But yeah, it's just like you have Zari out there and then you have Lyra out there, and they just really didn't do anything. Like they were just there for support essentially. But yeah, good for Soul. And then next you had a tag team match. I believe it was for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I almost call him AJ Lee. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and the TNA X Division champion, Leon Slater. So, good exposure for him. This match was fast from the fucking moment the bell rang. So, people either love this match or didn't like it, depending on your taste. I didn't mind it. I thought it was fun. It was quick. I think it was like 6.5 minutes. Aside from AJ pretty much almost killing himself on that botch, the match was fine.
Was it really a botch? Weren't they working his leg early in the match?
Were they? I don't think. I don't.
What wasn't it? Or did he not necessarily hurt his leg, but he was selling his leg early in the match?
I don't remember that. That legit looked like he just slipped.
I don't think that. I don't know. Maybe it was, but to me, it didn't really feel like it was like a legit botch. Like he's done that thousands of times, and I don't really ever seen him botch like that before. But I may be wrong, but whatever.
But yeah, AJ and Dragon Lee won. Good showing for Javon, who again another guy that they're pushing the shit out of, and they clearly want to see him on the main roster. He's gonna do big things for them. Leon Slater is a guy who they're already waiting for that contract to end so they can sign him up. But yeah, eventually I think this is gonna lead to maybe another dream match of AJ versus Javon. Maybe AJ can go. Well, the talk is that TNA wants AJ to show up on the premiere on AMC, which would be pretty fun. Maybe do an AJ and Leon Slater match. But how'd you feel about the match?
It's my type of match, but again, it didn't really kick into that. I mean, I won't say it didn't really kick into second gear because it started off in 8th gear or whatever. But it could have been more. It was way too short. You know what I mean? But it was good, very good match, but it's just way too short.
All right. And then we already talked about the main event, of course, but that was Saturday Night's Main Event, Cena's last match. How would you rate the whole show?
7.5 out of 10.
Agreed. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Right, so we did almost an hour and a half talking about the show, which deservedly so, because a lot came from it. So let's kind of skim through a lot of things. Raw, CM Punk cut a pretty good promo about Braun Breaker, telling Braun Breaker, don't ever talk about my wife like that ever again, or I'll piss down your skull on your low IQ brain. Even talked about his dad and his uncle, saying, your dumb father and his even dumb brother Scott. Which that's gonna talking about Scott Steiner that way. Jesus, it's a death wish. And then later on, Braun speared the shit out of Punk, saying, don't ever talk about my family like that ever again. To which we got a reveal. We got a reveal on who the masked man was, and it was to the surprise of literally no one. It was Austin Theory. Austin Theory was the masked man who has a shaved head now. So he's serious. A lot more serious now. And then the rest of the show was what it was. Gunther came out to massive heel heat, soaked it in, saying that I made John Cena tap out like a little bitch, which was probably the first time I heard Gunther cuss. And then he came back and soaked up even more heel heat. But yeah, that was pretty much Raw, to my recollection. I don't know how'd you feel about Raw.
I thought it was a very good show. Very good show.
Yeah. Did you have any takeaways from it, like the Punk promo?
I mean, you pretty much covered it all, but I thought it was a very good show.
All right. And then NXT happened, so kind of a controversy. So the opener was for the Women's North American Championship, Blake Monroe versus Thea Hale. The match was decent in the beginning. The big spot that everyone's talking about, Thea Hale goes for I don't know, like a off the top rope, kind of a, what do you call it, like a back slam? Like, what do you call it?
Like a senton?
Senton, there you go. And lands on Blake Monroe, tries to pin her, and the referee pretty much botches the count. So
I'll stop you right there. First of all, because I'm pretty passionate about this topic. If you are a referee in wrestling, you're always supposed to count the 3 no matter what. Legitimately. You're supposed to count the 3 no matter what, legitimately. There's a lot to blame here. I will say is mostly the referee's fault, but there's a lot that happened here. I think it's blame on all 3 people that was in the ring at once.
Mm-hmm.
Blame on Thea because Thea really landed on Blake Monroe. I think Blake Monroe got the air knocked out of her, which delayed her.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, to delay her kicking out, but Blake Monroe should have had the presence of mind to still kick out, and then the referee should have known that wasn't the fucking finish.
Well, also apparently someone pointed something out where you can hear Blake yell, "Get off of me," to Thea. So, yeah, this. Listen, I love Thea. I'm glad Thea's successful, but it's like her first title win, and has an asterisk next to it because and it's hard to be mad at her because obviously it isn't her fault. It's you said everyone plays their part, but like she's very emotional about it. She put up a video where she's crying holding the title saying 3.5 years. So eventually Blake's gonna get that title back. More than likely at New Year's Evil, but
no, just give it back to her next week. Don't drag this shit out. They already have plans for this shit. Just have her win it back next week. Do a rematch next week. Have her win it back, and then from there you can continue on with wherever you're gonna continue on with fucking Blake Monroe. Just make it simple. Don't make this harder than what it has to be.
It kind of seems like they're gonna stretch it out until New Year's Evil. That's just kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, but why? Why would they do that?
Because it's in 2 weeks.
Okay, as a wrestler, or how should I say, if you were in this position and that wasn't the plans, that wasn't the plan, you'll still stretch it out, even though that wasn't the original plan to begin with?
Again, not my booking and not my idea of booking. I just think that's where they're going to go.
Okay, I understand that, but I'll tell you this: that'll be fucking stupid if they were to do that. What they should do is, because wherever they were gonna have Blake Monroe do next week, still have her do it. Whether it's a match or another title match, whatever it is, and maybe it's for her to get a match against someone to go into New Year's Evil, perhaps, right? Have her go out there, beat the hell in 5 minutes for the title, and just move on to the next thing, for this week with her. I just think that dragging out to New Year's Evil when that wasn't even the plan in the first place is, to me, that I don't think that will be a great idea. But whatever. It's not my fucking company.
All right. As for the rest of the show, Moose came out. He's going to challenge Ethan Page for the North American Championship on the last NXT of the year. So that'll be fun. Hank and Tank versus OTM. That was, again, not terrible, but it was a match. Ricky Saints, who's now a heel, costing Javon Evans his championship last week, came out and pretty much cut his heel promo, which I think Ricky works better as a heel. That's just me. Like him being the babyface, like I like Ricky, but him being a babyface isn't believable. Like he kind of exudes what a heel is, that he's coming out wearing designer clothes, he's calling himself Pretty Ricky. So like he's a heel. Like he works better as a heel. So I like this for Ricky Sainz. Then Javon Evans came out and Ricky threw him through a table, and that's that. Ren QCC versus Fatal Influence to set up Gray's match with JC Jane at New Year's Evil. Ren QCC won, so they look good for it. And then you have the Fatal 4-Way to determine who will be Oba's actual number one contender wrestler. I don't know why I'm mixing up my words. At New Year's Evil, so you had Leon Slater, Dion Lennox, Joe Hendry, and Miles Bourne, to which Leon Slater shockingly won. So Leon Slater, the TNA X Division champion, will be challenging the NXT champion Oba Femi at New Year's Evil. So that should be a fun match. Did you have any closing thoughts on NXT?
No, but glad that Leon Slater is gaining this opportunity. Obviously, WWE sees a lot in him, and I don't think he's going to be Oba Femi, but it should be a fairly damn good match. Two Clash of Styles. I think this is going to work together with each other pretty good. So,
and Oba works better with smaller wrestlers. I mean, Oba works better with pretty much anyone, but in the past, he's worked a lot better with smaller wrestlers, so that should be fun. All right, so that's all the shows. I want to get to this list real quick, and then we can call it a night.
Oh my gosh, okay.
So Sports Illustrated put out their Pro Wrestling Awards for the year of 2025. So I have it right here. Justin hasn't seen it. You haven't seen it, right?
No, and I don't want to see it, but I guess we have to do this.
Okay, so Sports Illustrated's Pro Wrestling Awards for the year 2025. Can you guess who their choice for Men's Wrestler of the Year was, Justin?
Just tell me, please.
No, come on. I want you to play along. Come on, please. You do it with me. I want you to play along, man. Who do you think was their choice for Male Wrestler of 2025?
I don't know.
The Men's Wrestler of the Year for Sports Illustrated's Pro Wrestling Awards for 2025 is Hangman Adam Page.
It's their opinion, so okay.
The Women's Wrestler of the Year is, if you had to guess who it is.
Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Mercedes Moné.
Ding. Mercedes Moné.
Okay.
The belt collector.
She's losing her belts now, but yeah.
Oh, no. The Breakout Star of the Year.
I don't know.
Kyle Fletcher.
Okay, that's fair.
Best in the ring, or just best in ring, is
best in ring. I don't know. Well, Ospreay.
Yes, Will Ospreay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
The match of the year. I'm just gonna say Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair from WrestleMania.
Nah, that's definitely it's up there for me. Right now, today, that is my match of the year, but that could change by next week when we do our show.
Promotion of the year, All Elite Wrestling.
Okay, next.
Show of the year, AEW Double or Nothing.
Okay, next.
Story of the year, Hangman Adam Page's redemption arc.
Right.
Rivalry of the year, Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley.
Okay.
Heel turn of the year, Naomi.
Right.
Comeback Performer of the Year, Ilya Dragunov.
Okay.
Best on the Mic, Tony Storm.
All right.
Tag Team of the Year, FTR.
Okay.
And then 2025 Legacy Award, Hangman Adam. I'm playing. John Cena.
All right.
All right. So that was Sports Illustrated's Best of 2025. So do with that what you will. Next week is our year-end award. It'll be on a Tuesday, not on Wednesday, because Tuesday was the better day for us.
And Wednesday is Christmas Eve, so
we're not gonna do that on Christmas Eve. We're gonna do it on Tuesday. So last week I gave out the nominations or categories. I decided to revise a lot of the choices because they seem very dated, so to speak. They seemed a little passé. So I decided to remove pretty much all the, I guess you can call them negative.
Well, just go through the current.
Well, no. I'm trying to explain it to the people. So I removed any of the worst categories. I'll just put it that way. So it's going to be more about us paying homage to what we think was the best of 2025 instead of focusing more on the worst. And there was a lot of worst. Let's talk about the best. So here are the choices. Instead of best and worst match of the year, it's just match of the year. Male Wrestler of the Year, Female Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, some new ones, Babyface Wrestler of the Year, Heel Wrestler of the Year, Underrated Wrestler of the Year, Most Improved Wrestler of the Year, the 2026 is My Year Award, Shocking Moment of the Year, Pay-Per-View of the Year, or PLE of the Year, whatever, Finisher of the Year, so Wrestling Finisher of the Year. I had Best Promo. I changed it to Best Talker. So Best Talker. Best Entrance Theme. Comeback of the Year. Rookie of the Year. Best Announced Team. Faction of the Year. TV Show of the Year. Technical Wrestler of the Year. And finally, Feud of the Year. So those will be the categories for our year-end award. I sent Justin the list. So by next week on Tuesday, we will be doing the whole show with a lot of categories. I think there's more categories than there was before. Just talking about what we thought was our favorite things about wrestling, whether it be wrestlers or entrance themes or what have you. So that's going to be Tuesday, people. So look out for that Tuesday on here on YouTube at 8 p.m. Central Time, and it'll be the last show of the year. So,
yay
indeed. But that'll be it, people. Thank you to everyone that's tuning in on the YouTube chat and also in the Discord chat room. Threlix, I see you're in both, so you're pulling double duty for us. And also in the Discord chat, I want to thank you to our Threlix, as well as Triple Fraud, and I believe I see Maurice Bear in the chat room. What's up, Maurice?
Yeah, if you guys are on the YouTube, be sure to leave a thumbs up.
Yes, please.
That will get us in the algorithm on YouTube. Leave a thumbs up, and leave a thumbs up. Obviously, just like to subscribe and stuff, but leaving a thumbs up is possibly the most important thing you can do. So appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And thumbs up, leave a comment, and of course subscribe. We're currently at 180. We like to get past the 200s, so that'd be a nice goal to set for ourselves before the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
And eventually make that YouTube Monday. But anyways, people, that's it from me. DY Experience on Twitter X, the TikTok channel, the TikTok, just Drew Yari, and of course Instagram. You can look for me. You can find this podcast in audio form on Spotify, Spreaker, and iTunes, and pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts, as well as the YouTube channel. So, and shouts to all of our friends, of course, RJ, Jeff Lippman, Ruben Prime, Wrestling Soup, Mish for putting us on the Discord channel, and who else? Pretty much everyone that's our friends and that supports us. And if I forget your name, I apologize. I'm probably gonna remember a name, be like, fuck, I forgot to mention them. But thank you to everybody. It means a lot. Justin, tell them about Spinebuster Tees.
Spinebuster Tees, spinebustertees.com. Be sure to go on there, get yourself a t-shirt, get it shipped out to you. It takes about a week and a half. Maybe since it's Christmas, it may take 2 weeks now for the holidays season. But if you're in the San Antonio, Texas area, come visit Spinebuster Tees at the Wonderland of the Americas, aka Crossroads Mall. Come on in, get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself some wrestling action figures. Get yourselves, a Funko Pop, train car, lucha mask, got a little bit of everything in there. And also follow me, Spinebuster Tees on Instagram. We can keep up to date with what I got going on inside my store. Again, that's Spinebuster Tees at Wonderland of the Americas, Spinebuster Tees that on Instagram, and spinebustertees.com.
And also, I will be on Cleric of Chaos podcast. He's a friend of the show. It's called the Cheating Death Podcast. I don't know if it's live. I believe it's I'm not sure if it's live or pre-recorded, but I will be on tomorrow. Not sure what the show is about, but it should be fun, and can't wait. And then, of course, this Sunday, like every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, live on YouTube, Metal Drive Hoops with me and my friend Anthony and Mike. So, if you're a basketball fan, look out for that. So, but anyways, people. We are done. Me and Justin will see you Tuesday, not Wednesday, Tuesday at 8 p.m. on here and also on YouTube for our year-end award.
Right.
That's it, people. We're done. Have a good night and